just did a bad thing. I regret the thing I did. And you're wondering what it is. Tell you what.
Hi everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at some comics that have arrived back from CGC. Around 12 months ago, we sent 11 Captain Britain key comics off to CGC to be slabbed. They finally arrived back, and we're going to take a look at what grades we got. Most of these comics came back at the grades we thought they'd come back at, except for one, which we'll take a look at last. But first, Alex is going to show you the Captain Britain ones. Oh. The first two are two Captain Britain ones, a 9-2 and a 9-4. Then we got two 9-6s, which is pretty good. Captain Britain 1 from 1976, Bronze Age comic, larger format than the US comics. This one is full colour all the way through with colour spelt correctly on the front cover.
It is the origin and first appearance of Captain Britain, the greatest captain in all of Marvel history.
And they're all blue label, which means they include all free gifts.
Look at that lovely back.
These three, Captain Britain number 2s, two of them in a 9.4, and then the other one is in a 9.6.
The conclusion of Captain Britain's origin.
And comes with a lovely free boomerang.
Which are all still inside. Entombed forever, never to be seen again.
Unless you want to crack it along with the number 1, put on the mask and throw the boomerang about and have a bit of fun.
And we also have 3 Captain Britain number 8s, 2 in a 9 and 1 in a 9.2. Captain Britain 8 is the first appearance of Betsy Braddock, who later becomes Psylocke in the X-Men series.
Unfortunately, there are no free gifts. But he never came with one, so it's still a complete issue. Interesting fact, out of the 3, this is the more expensive comic, purely on the fact of it has a main X-Men character in it.
But is it?
Why am I not got incognito?
So you can look at illegal cockfighting.
Maybe.
Right, Captain Britain in a 9-2 and an 8 is 880. Captain Britain 1 in a 9-2 is 780. So yeah, they are still worth more.
So all these comics will be available on our web store and on eBay. If you use that code, wherever it is, that will get you 10% off. So do that. We also had one other comic come back. Now this one, we were a little surprised by the grade. George is going to
Whip it out
for you right now. It is another Captain Britain 2, but this one in a 6.5. And also the case is cracked. Thanks CGC, good job. We weren't sure why this one came back so low. We have an idea, which you will find out in just a second. But when you look at the front of the comic, it's pretty much the same condition as all the ones that came back a 9 or above. When you turn it over, there is a stain just there on the back cover where something's pressed against it. According to the grader's notes, this is the only thing wrong with this comic.
So you may be thinking, why did we send a comic down with a big stain on the back? The reason was that before it got sent off, it went to a comic book cleaner and presser who did advise us it might knock it down a grade, maybe 2, meaning this at lowest should have really been a 7.5.
So we are going to conduct a little experiment. We're going to free this comic from its plastic prison, and we're going to send it in the Mylar to a different comic book grading company, and we're going to see what they send it back as. I mean, the slab's already cracked, so it's basically worthless as it is in this slab.
Well, not worthless.
Well, it's worth significantly less than it might be with what we think should be a fair grade and no crack. So we're also going to show you how to properly break out a comic from its comic cracking tools.
Right then.
Right, George. Now this shouldn't be tried by children, but luckily we're adults.
Right, see there.
Let me just in back. Let's see here. We ready?
Wait, no wait. George is going to lose a finger.
And slide it in there. Get it in there.
Ready?
Right, twist! Now, there is no safer method or even another known method for opening one of these comics.
Should have brought my saber and not my claymore.
What? Yeah,
we go.
Yes.
That is how it is done.
Done.
There it is.
So we'll cut the grade off the top of this. Oh, look, we don't have to cut it. It goes straight out, just like that. Yeah, we're going to send this off, still sealed, so hopefully it doesn't pick up any more damage. And we will see what it comes back at from a different company. Take the sword off the table, that's dangerous.
Fine, I suppose. It's gonna fall in it. Yep. It's away.
We've no idea how long it's going to take for this to come back from the next grading company, but we will definitely do a video on that when it returns. With that being said, we've got nothing else to talk about now. Unless George has anything to say, he's been fairly quiet this video.
Absolutely not.
I do have one other thing to say,
What is it?
and also show.
No, you can't do that on YouTube.
No, it's not that.
You've shown us
that.
already.
It's another comic I'm thinking about sending off
Right,
and getting re-slabbed.
right.
5 minutes later.
It's this lovely Sabrina comic. Now, this is Sabrina 15. It's a 10.8 Gem++. We think we might be able to get a slightly better grade somewhere, but we're not sure. So, yeah, this is a maybe for sending. But obviously, we'd have to crack it because it's a brand new comic. Do you want to get the cracking tool? You can't open this without the tool.
I'm not opening it without the tool.
Well, good, yeah, because you can't open it without a cracking the tools.
No. Wait.
There you go. Right, yeah. So it's a specialist comic, and I'm not willing to put it online. But if you are interested, please message in.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time.